There's no accounting for taste, but there are generally agreed standards about what should be displayed in public and paid for with public funds. After a 4-month survey of public opinion, we have a list of China's 10 ugliest urban sculptures. Let's find out what made the list. The 10 sculptures were selected based on the votes of 5 million via the internet. The common denominator among the 10 are that they're detrimental to urban culture and the national image. Others said some are too abstract or have odd or even vulgar or erotic shape. The winner in this contest for ugly was the life sculpture in central China's Hubei province with 310,000 votes.
I think some sculptures are way too ugly, and a few go too far, such as the bathing beauty and hooligan pigs. They regard vulgarity as a kind of art. It's inappropriate to have such kinds of sculptures in public.
The sculpture Welcome to Wongjing in the Chaoyang district of Beijing also made the list. With a shape similar to the China Pavilion at the 2010 World Expo, the 18-metre-high sculpture was built as a regional landmark. However, nearby residents do not seem to like it much.
It doesn't match the surrounding buildings. Welcome to Wongjing is old-fashioned Chinese style, while its surroundings are exotic, which makes the sculpture a little bit bizarre.
The sculpture is red while the buildings around are of cold colors. People can recognize the China Pavilion-shaped sculpture, but have no idea of what it actually represents.
Zhou Zhiyu is an expert in public culture and urban art. He argues that sculptures should be in harmony with their natural surroundings, and people should consider the aesthetic needs of the public, but not attract attention with erotic content.
Nudity, for example, has its historical cultural origins in the West, where people have long been worshipping the natural naked body from the ancient Greek period. Even so, we should express it in a proper way. Some nude sculptures are too ugly for a lack of healthy, beautiful human bodies and lead the audience to the opposite aesthetic direction.
The ugly sculptures poll has caused a spirited discussion about city art. Apart from the top 10, a peculiar sculpture of Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, also garnered a lot of comments. In this sculpture, Lao Tzu sticks out his tongue while bowing. Generally, people appreciate attempts to instill culture, but art viewed as mocking traditional culture can cause embarrassment and anger. Wu Weishan, president of the Chinese Sculpture Academy, won the only golden sculpture prize at the 2010 Louvre International Art Exhibition. His sculpture looks like an ancient bronze tripod with Dao De Jing, the famous philosophical work by Lao Tzu, carved inside. It not only shows Lao Tzu's wisdom, but also the Chinese value of tolerance and harmony. Sculptures like this tend to win acclaim worldwide.
My works combine nature, Chinese culture, and the feelings of the public together.
Wu also created a sculpture for Qi Baishi, a well-known Chinese painter. It's been cited as an example of respecting traditional culture, which leads to public appreciation. Artists and designers understand that the aesthetic spirit plays a vital role in urban sculptures, and yet there are still many sculptures considered as ugly. Zhou Zhiyu says there must be something wrong with the management system.
Usually we call for bids to find the real talent in order to build a good sculpture. The person selected should be examined and verified by professors. Such a process can ensure the quality of the sculpture, but to be honest, the real selection process is always profit-driven.
Zhou thinks the bidding process should be made more transparent and incorporate public opinion.
The public should participate in building public sculptures, especially for those important ones. We should provide channels for them to access their rights. After all, city sculptures need public recognition.
It would be better if the decision-making involves public voting, rather than only by a government department. It would be so irresponsible to make an unfit sculpture somewhere without asking our opinions.
With China's accelerating urbanization, how to select public displays of art has become a big concern. Unelected leaders and the public want sculptures that beautify the urban landscape, enrich spiritual life, and symbolize the city's culture and progress. But no matter how much time and care goes into selecting city artwork, it's likely there will still be those who find some works, well, just ugly.